Good afternoon. Happy Lunar New Year. Gong hei fat choi, Sin Yun Kwai La, and a happy Black History Month. Yes. I'm Michael Lambert. I'm your city librarian, and thanks to Mayor London Breed, I am the first Asian American to be appointed to serve in this role. I'm so delighted to welcome you here to the Koret Auditorium. Every year, we begin our celebration of Black History Month at the San Francisco Public Library in January with our More Than a Month programming. And we continue our unapologetic celebration of Black history and culture year-round through the activities of the African American Center here at the Main. And this year, we are also celebrating the Lunar New Year and the Year of the Rabbit. Having a joint celebration of these two special occasions is really long overdue. The library is so excited to host this special program in partnership with the San Francisco Human Rights Commission and so many amazing community organizations. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out in particular to two phenomenal women. The first is Claudine Ching, Executive Director of the San Francisco APA Heritage Foundation, and Dr. Cheryl Davis, the Director of the Human Rights Commission, and recently a published children's book author. Dr. Davis and Claudine have been instrumental in bringing our African American community and our Asian American communities to stand together in recognition of the shared struggle against the multiple forms of discrimination and racism that combine, overlap, and intersect to affect our communities. And I also want to offer special thanks to our amazing partners, the Booker T. Washington Center, both sides of the conversation, the University of San Francisco Leo McCarthy Center, the Chinese Historical Society of America, and the Friends and Foundation of the San Francisco Public Library. I also want to acknowledge our wonderful library commissioners who are in attendance. President Connie Wolf, President of the San Francisco Public Library Commission. Also Susan Mall, past Vice President of the Commission, and Dr. Urania Lopez. She's expected to be here as well. Thank you all so much for your service. You know, every day we are so fortunate to live and work in a beautiful city that celebrates the cultures and heritage of our diverse community. It was just 2 weeks ago that we were kicking off the Lunar New Year celebration at City Hall, which was followed in quick succession the very same week with a kickoff celebration of Black History Month. These cultural celebrations are made possible because of the leadership of our mayor, London Breed, who has always seen to it to unite and uplift our community. And now it is my honor and privilege to welcome our mayor, London Breed.
Thank you so much, Michael, and it's great to see all of you here today. I really want to start by acknowledging, as Michael said, this is one of the first official cities event bringing together our Asian and Black communities in San Francisco, and I can't be more proud to be here as we celebrate the heartbeats and the drum beats and the excitement around music and history and our culture. And I think what brings us together so much is really a respect and appreciation for the arts. And I want to just take this opportunity to really acknowledge and appreciate Claudine Chang for continuously doing a number of events in our city to really spark hard conversations, but also respect and appreciation and love for one another. And Cheryl Davis, thank you for all your work and your advocacy with the Human Rights Commission. Also, we know Al Williams is here from the Historical Society, and it's also great to see our sheriff, Paul Miyamoto. So many of our commissioners, so many of our leaders, bringing together our voices to really appreciate this moment. When I was growing up in the city, I always have a story, clearly, but when I was growing up, I remember having these great assemblies. I went to Galileo High School, and we would have these wonderful assemblies where not only the students would perform and be a part of the program, but also we would bring in a number of outside individuals who would help to educate us about why something was significant or why something was important to a culture. And we grew up in San Francisco learning that, learning the significance of one another's culture, having friends of different races, and really, sometimes joking about, but also appreciating the differences that exist. It's what makes San Francisco so special. We always hear people talk about our diversity being our strength, and our diversity truly is our strength. How we learn from one another, how we grow together, how we're able to appreciate one another's performances or fashion or whatever it is, because I'll tell you, you always see me, especially during Lunar New Year, wearing some amazing mostly Chinese-inspired outfit. It's because the clothing is so beautiful, so bright, and so festive, and it just puts a smile on my face. And so that's why I show up, and I love to explore the various outfits. That's my thing. But also just really see the performances and the excitement. I don't know about you, but when I see the dragons perform, I know they're not real, but for some reason, I always get a kick out of how they give me a little nod here and a nod there, almost like it's a pet. And with drumming, with the African American community and how beat and rhythm and drums play an important role, not just in our enjoyment for music, but at a time during slavery, it was how we communicated. So I love what this is gonna do. It's gonna help us to not only learn about one another, but to really come together like never before. So I'm glad to see each and every one of you here for this wonderful joint celebration. I think we need to make it even bigger and do even more, because this is the performance and this is the conversations and the talks that you'll hear. But I know that without a doubt, both of our communities know how to have a good time and party. So at the end of the day, we still want to break bread together and celebrate. Food brings us together, music, history, culture, all of that, and a bag of chips. So tonight, I hope you enjoy the experiences brought to you with the help of the San Francisco Library and the Human Rights Commission. Thank you to these great directors for working together to have this inspiring event. And thank you to the community. I want to end by, just acknowledging this year, the theme of Black History Month is Black resistance, resistance against oppression and a number of other challenges that continue to persist. And I am hopeful through that resistance that what the Year of the Rabbit represents, mercy and kindness, will prevail. Mercy and kindness for one another, mercy and kindness for our neighbor and for the people that we engage with in the world. Because I gotta tell you, we could use a little bit more kindness in the world today, more than ever. And so let's begin the event with that send-off that this is what we want to see the world become, and this event hopefully will inspire you to go on and change the world from here with this great experience. So thank you all so much for being here. Happy Lunar New Year, happy Black History Month, and everything in between. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Breed. We appreciate your leadership and commitment to celebrating the diversity of our community. And that's really what this evening is all about, showcasing both the Asian American and the African American communities' cultures. Drumbeats, heartbeats, communities as one. In both the Chinese and African cultures, drumming is an integral part of community celebrations. To get us started, please welcome the Denaya Dance and Drum Company for a performance of African drumming and dance, followed by the traditional Chinese drumming and lion dance performed by Lion Dance Me. All right. Awesome. Wow. That was amazing. If you all want to stick around for a second, we have our professional photographers here. So we'd like to get both sets of drummers and dancers up on the stage together. Yeah, let's give them another round of applause. Awesome. Thank you so much. It's truly amazing to see these two incredible groups of drummers and dancers performing one following the other. This truly reflects the spirit of this joint celebration. And before we move on to the next amazing performance, this is a good time to learn something about these two annual cultural celebrations in the Asian American and African American communities. To tell us more about Black History Month, we're delighted to have with us Al Williams, president of the San Francisco African American Historical and Cultural Society and chairman of its board of directors. And following Mr. Williams, you'll hear from Justin Hoover, the executive director of the Chinese Historical Society of America, who will share with us the tradition of the Lunar New Year celebration. Please welcome Al Williams and Justin Hoover.
Thank you very much for having me here today. I don't know how you follow those performances with the drums now. They go way down to talk about something about the history of Black History Month. I feel I have to settle down for a moment here, get my energies down. I thought I was asked to share a little bit about the history of Black History Month and its meaning. And to do that, I did a little reading and research to go back to try to pull some themes together that might bring it home in the couple of minutes that we do have. So I'd like to read a couple of notes, something from a blogger from the Mechanics Institute who wrote something about the history of the Black History Month, and then Dr. Lonnie Bunch, who is the founding director of the African American Museum, the National African American Museum. The blogger from the Mechanics Institute wrote back in 2012, the Black History Month Mechanics Institute blog notes that while the Mechanics Institute is the oldest known library that still exists in these parts, Gold Rush era San Francisco actually had several libraries that predate the Mechanics Institute. The Mercantile Association, the first established library, was founded in 1853. The Mechanics Institute, with whom the Mercantile merged in 1906, was founded in 1854. But this gentleman had recently discovered that another library predated its doors, opened its doors just before they did. The San Francisco Athenaeum and Literary Society could very well have been the first circulating library in the West. It catered to a small but growing Black population of San Francisco. It was a meeting place for African American men and women from all echelons of the San Francisco society. The Athenaeum Library Reading Room and Saloon, it had a saloon in it, though not listed in the San Francisco City Directory, were housed in a two-story building at Washington and Stockton. He goes on to say that its notable library consisted of some 800 volumes and periodicals from around the world, and within its first year, it boasted 70 members and receipts of $2,000, a remarkable achievement considering that African American community of San Francisco was less than 400 people in 1850. While the Athenaeum's existence was relatively short-lived, its spirit went on to form the San Francisco African American Historical and Cultural Society. So we're the lineal descendants of that institution that was created back in the 1850s. No one has, Dr. Bunch then goes on to say that no one has played a greater role in helping all Americans know the Black past than Carter G. Woodson. Carter G. Woodson believed his role was to use Black history and culture as a weapon to struggle for racial uplift of all people. In 1916, Woodson created the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. In 1926, he created Black History Week, which became Black History Month 50 years later. The San Francisco African American Historical and Cultural Society was founded in 1955 and merged with a local chapter of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History in 1958. Since then, the society was, because of its affiliation with the Carter G. Woodson Group, the official sponsor of Black History Month in San Francisco, and is presently located at the African American Art and Culture Complex on Fulton Street. Dr. Bunch suggests that despite the profound change in race relationship that has occurred in our lives, Carter G. Woodson's vision for Black history as a means of transformation and change still is quite relevant and useful. He goes on to say that the African American History Month with a bit of tweaking is still a beacon for change and hope that is still surely needed in the world. The chains of slavery are gone, but we are not all free yet. The glue of African American past reminds us not just how far we have come, but how far we have to go. The African American Historical and Cultural Society is committed to moving that chain forward and working with all groups in the community. And I noticed I have some of my friends who I haven't seen in quite a while. Annie and I go way back to a variety of state commissions and bodies we've worked on. Claudine and I have been close allies over a period of time, and I even date myself back to the San Francisco Rainbow Coalition with Jesse Jackson's campaign for president, when we brought all communities together and represented all communities and worked closely together to achieve our common goals of freedom, justice, and equality for all. So I'm delighted to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity to share a little bit about the Historical Society, and look forward to some more drumming to liven the crowd up again. Thank you very much.
All right, can I get my drum set out here, please, now? I'd like to show off my skills. Okay, I did used to practice lion dance, but you don't want to see me do that right now. So my name is Justin Hoover. I'm a Chinese American. I'm a son of a Chinese immigrant from Taiwan and an American father, and I'm very honored to be here. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Mayor Breed. Thank you, everybody who put this together, Claudine, all of the folks from the Human Rights Commission, and everybody really who made this possible. It's such an honor to be part of the Chinese Historical Society of America. We go by the name of Chinatown's Museum. We are a learning center, we are an archive, and we are a museum. Who's been here to see the CHSA? I see yes, that's good. I want to see everybody's hands up eventually. So y'all invited for free to come. Just say my name and say, he invited me personally. I am not kidding, I am serious. My goal is to bring everybody to this museum. All right, we are located on Clay Street between Sacramento and Powell in Chinatown. We have an exhibition on Bruce Lee, and it's about the way that Bruce Lee represents a bridge between cultures. He touched so many people, not just in the Chinese community. In fact, largely he was rejected by the Chinese community for being non-traditionalist, but it was the African American community that really embraced him. Furthermore, I was asked to speak today about the Lunar New Year celebration and what that means. Personally, it's a time of receiving your hongbao, right? It's you get the money, the red envelope, and then your mom takes it from you, you never see it. And that's the tradition. And then they say it goes to your college fund and you don't know. So my kids get the hongbao and I go and buy donuts and coffee in the morning with it. So no, I'm just kidding. But the hongbao is always fun, and they're always the traditions. Sweep the house before New Year's, clean it out. Don't do it during the festival, or you might miss the auspicious luck that comes in, right? Got to eat nian gao, certain type of food. Got to eat certain type of meal. And it was a time to celebrate. Traditionally, it's the idea of removing the bad, letting the old go away and welcoming the new and the good worshiping your ancestors, exorcising the evil spirits, and celebrating for auspicious life in the coming year. And you have to look at what's the biggest thing that you guys know for the Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year? What do you guys think when you think about that? The parade, right? The parade. The dragon, exactly. Now, when was the first dragon that you know of? I had a slide of the first dragon. Can we pull that slide up? No? Okay. Anybody know the first dragon? Like what was? There we go. All right, there we go. Look at that old dragon. I love this dragon. The dragons have been around here for a long time, as long as Chinese immigrants have been here. So we heard from Al, they're at 480 in 1850 African Americans, was that right? So I don't know the 1850 date, but in 1960 we had 59,000 Chinese in San Francisco County. All labor, mostly men. 27-to-1 percentage men to women at the time. Now, they're here for labor as a force for mining, for everything else. In the 60s, obviously, became railroads. But a lot of this also came with the traditional celebrations of the dragon and the lion dance, right? But within that is martial arts, is movement arts, is musical arts, is weapon arts, But what's also in that is an opportunity to say to the white community, hey, this is a chance to take your money. And I'm not making that up. That was written in the goals of the Chinese American community in the 1909 Portola Parade, when they thought, let's rebuild Chinatown, but we need money, and we need an opportunity for Chinese Americans and white Americans to come together through business development and community building, community growth. Look Tin Eli hired white architects to come up with the Chinatown plan that we know today, all of the kind of what some people call stereotyping representations of architecture. Other people call them attractive decorations. You'll say what you will. We could debate this. That's fun. But the idea is it's a time to celebrate building bridges. And that's what I see as the Lunar New Year today. It's a continuation of that effort which began to say, we got to rebuild Chinatown. We need your help. Please support it by sponsoring the dragon, by doing whatever. And that intention of collaboration for mutual benefit continues today. And CHSA, we're celebrating Black History Month. We've got a whole show right now about Bruce Lee, as I mentioned. Guest curators, African-American curators, Melanie and Melora Green did a whole subsection of it looking at African-American hip-hop inspired by Bruce Lee. And so we're taking that one step further. This Sunday, we're exhibiting the film, The Black Kung Fu Experience, at the Great Star Theater. It's going to be up at 2:00 p.m., so please come to it. And it shows the story of African Americans who took on the mantle of Kung Fu and Chinese culture from Chinese masters directly, and how the next wave of martial arts in America is a diverse wave like we've never seen. And that's bridge building in the style and spirit of Bruce Lee, in the style of the dragon, and the style of the Lunar New Year parade. So, I'm here. My name's Justin. I would love to have you all be our guests at the CHSA, at the Chinatown Museum. And that's my final word. So thank you. And again, thank you to everybody else who made this opportunity. Thanks, Frank. I love you. Always good, my good side. Thank you for this opportunity to share my passion for arts and culture and history. And I hope to see you guys at the CHSA. Thank you so much.
All right, before I thank Al and Justin, I just want to say anybody who is not seated, there are still a few seats if you want to fill those in. We also have an overflow room in our Latinx community room just outside, so we are streaming this same program in that room if you wanted to make yourself comfortable in there. We just want everybody to be comfortable. So yes, thank you, Al and Justin. Again, let's give them a round of applause. Really appreciated you sharing the context and meaning of the cultural celebrations. And Al, in particular, as a librarian, I really loved hearing about the Athenaeum. That really predates the San Francisco Public Library by about 25 years because we first opened our doors in 1879. So I learned something new today. Thank you. All right, for the next performance this evening, we have Kyle Shin, a Chinese-Korean-American rapper, singer, and instrumentalist whose performance was molded by a mixture of historical forces and present-day struggles in communities of color. Please welcome Kyle Shin.
How's everybody doing? All right, let's get right into it. This song is called Miss Love. So I'm a rapper, but I also enjoy singing. This is an R&B song. It's kind of about saying sorry to your ex a little bit. I'm tired of running races, unlace my track spikes. The lanes are vinyl grooves, I never outgrew that past life. They told me shoot your shot, just let that pistol pop. I did it, now I'm truly haunted, her good fate. If I'm a real smooth criminal, I'm guilty as charged. And if love is just a chemical, then why's it involved? Yeah, at times I find myself frozen, shocked always toying with women's emotions. Oceans of guilt in my flood, we do unspeakable things, but we gotta speak up. What good comes from latex after two? What you doing? I just wanna chill and vibe with you, Real love, you gon' know it when you feel it, that it's real love. Even if your grudge is unforgiving, no, it's still love. Just know I still got love for you. One more time. Real love, you gon' know it when you feel it, that it's real love. Even if your grudge is unforgiving, no, it's still love. Just know I still got love for you. Alright, so I'm half Korean. In Korea, we do this little like heart like this. If anyone wants to throw it up with me, we're gonna sway it back and forth. Yeah. Wow, so beautiful. Thank you. Keep it going. Yeah. One day every castle crumbles. I'm a young prince, so I must be humbled. You a young queen, but the world be twisted. The land that we live in is misogynistic. Not a quick fix, but the point of this is to look up in the mirror and admit what's hidden. If all of us harbor less guilt, resentment, and to the ego, there'd be less pretending. With no crook cops to be First Amendment. I feel it in my heart, there's a happy ending. I'm writing down my wrongs, every song's like a new start. If I'm ever lost, you'll always be my North Star. I was afraid of the shards, ayy, stuck in my arm, yeah. Ooh, but you were stuck in my heart. Stuck in my heart, yeah. What good comes from latex after two? What you doing? I just wanna chill and vibe with you. Sing with me if you can. Real love, you gon' know it when you feel it, that it's real love. Even if your grudge is unforgiving, no, it's still love. Just know I still got love for you. Hey, one heart in the back still is going, thank you. Real love, you gon' know it when you feel it, that it's real love. Even if your grudge is unforgiving, no, it's still love. Just know I still got love for you. What you doing, boy? You're listening to the beautiful vocals of Juliana B. I still got love for you. Failure. I still got love for you. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. How's everybody doing? All right. I'm not gonna try to take too much of you guys' time, so I'm just gonna do a couple more songs from my album. It's called From a Rooftop in Chinatown, and it's out right now. And I want to kind of take you guys there with me on this journey. So there's a section in the song that goes like, ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa. Can you guys try it with me? Ready? Ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa, ooh whoa whoa. Okay, you're gonna need that in like 2 minutes from now. Okay, we're gonna do that all together. Let's do From a Rooftop. Yeah, come on. I go by the name of Son of Paper. I'm about to take you to Chinatown, San Francisco Chinatown. Yeah, hey. From a rooftop in Chinatown, going, taking buses just to get around. Pa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, hope you play it loud. From a rooftop in Chinatown, going, taking buses just to get around. Papa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, hope you play it loud. What's cooking? The walk is hot as torch flames. I got a spot to food flex like I'm Bourdain. When I'm on tour, they won't ask me where I rep, cause I'm Mr. Chinatown till I breathe my last breath, till I walk my last step. I'll be running up the shows, be busting through the city on the one like all my trophies. Stuck in city traffic on the 19th Ave. I'll recall the house parties that the homies tried to crash, like glass trunk windows right by Golden Gate Park. Better empty out your pockets if you're chillin' after dark. Like a needle in the teal of the heart. I'm a SF kid, know you felt it from the start. What's up? From a rooftop in Chinatown, going, taking buses just to get around. Papa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, hope you play it loud. Yeah, from a rooftop in Chinatown, going, taking buses just to get around. Papa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, hope you play it loud. Same as Chinatown, I could take you on a date. We'll take the trolley from your parents where I won't be late. We might get a little lit down in Lion's Den. We gon' savor all the flavors in the frying pan. Hold my camera, I'm posing all the alleyways. Her cheeks are rosy, they remind me of the Cali haze. But you the coolest in the heat of mid-July. I'll still want you by my side when I'm turning 85. Let's read our fortune, shoot some hoops at Willy Woo. I'm so glad that I can share my little neighborhood with you. It costs a fortune just to rent a tiny room, but I'm glad that I can share my little neighborhood with you. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Keep it going, y'all. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Keep it going. Papa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, hope you play it loud. From a rooftop in Chinatown, going, taking buses just to get around. Papa made dumpling soup when I was down. Had to put you in a song, I hope I made you proud. Made you proud. Chinatown. Just say I made you proud. Made you proud. Chinatown. Chinatown. Thank you very much. How am I doing on time? Am I out of time? Or I can do one more, or is that okay? Okay, all right. This last song needs a little bit of context. So the song is called Overcame, and it's kind of my exploration in this album of trying to figure out what it means to be an Asian American trying to understand anti-Asian violence and come at it in a productive way. So my attempt is to look at the personal way that violence has impacted my life instead of consuming all the media, and try to transform that violence into something more beautiful and powerful and build a community from it. So you're gonna hear some language in the first verse that is kind of how a lot of Chinese families, there's a lot of anti-blackness in Chinese families and in Asian Americans in general. So I wanna be honest and share that with you guys and show you how I transformed that today. Okay? The song's called Overcame. All right. Is everyone comfy, feeling good? All right. Is anyone here from San Francisco? Hell yeah, man, put your hands in the air, let's go. Check. Yeah. I got a livid feeling, pitted in my stomach. I'll probably face the furnace on the day of judgment, cause my heart is biased from this urban violence. So I put 10,000 hours into vows of silence. It's what I had to do just to get through school. Black and white, the only colors in the photo shoot. I'm big stress, itching now my skin's red. Peeling us apart, we say it's just like Dr. King said. Sometimes I wonder if I walked another path, would I make this kind of music or be working for my dad? My family tried to raise me up but held me back when I was busting, no discussion. I was fearful of the blacks. I got plaques in my room and a chip on my shoulder. Got knocked on my butt, now I stand as a soldier. I'm far from a saint, but I'm close to the culture. I quit playing games, but this life isn't over. If they don't love us, then let them hate. For Asian people, we overcame. Yeah, we were shaken, but we overcame. We were were shaken, but we overcame. If they don't love us, then let them hate. For Asian people, we overcame. Yeah, we were shaken, but we overcame. Yeah, we were shaken, but we overcame. They beating on us just the other day. The homie tried to help an elder, but they pistol whipped him in the eye. That ish reminds me of a time when I was 13. A white man broke into my home and then he broke me. 10 long years I bottled that up. Young heartbreaker just trying to get some. Putting on weight just trying to be seen. Dodge that, man, I wanna be free. Step to my own 2 feet. You cannot shake my peace. Shows that we overcame. Now I wanna hear you say, if they don't love us, then let them hate. For Asian people, we overcame. Yeah, we were shaken, but we overcame. Say it with me, y'all. We were shaken, but we overcame. They say they love us, we all the same. They say we made it, but who's to blame? We were shaken, but we overcame. We were shaken, but we overcame. Anti-Asian, race discrimination, thrown into the pit, but my heart is filled with patience. Double-edged blade that I swing when I wrote this. When you turn the page, are we friends or opponents? My story of becoming is one of overcoming the hate in my heart that poisoned my well-being. And to the man who tried to break me, as crazy as it sounds, I've gathered enough love for you too. Thank you.
Wow, Kyle, that was deep. Thank you so much. It's so moving to see how your music and art was shaped by your experience growing up as an immigrant. And looking around this auditorium, I know each of us has our own story to tell. Many of us come from a different background and culture, but the spirit of this evening's joint celebration is about sharing and appreciating this diversity. It's about changing the perception that the Asian American and African American communities do not mix or thrive together. For the longest time, many of us have talked about how to change the narratives about these two communities. And next, I'd like to invite Jon McKnight to tell us about the San Francisco Human Rights Commission's Changing the Narrative Art campaign.
Thank you. Take a moment to just welcome you all. Thank you for coming tonight and making this a part of your evening. My name is Jon McKnight. I'm with the San Francisco Human Rights Commission, and tonight I have the privilege of sharing with you the awards, and more importantly, the art that was collected through the Changing the Narratives art campaign. This year's campaign had a single goal: to highlight our seniors. Seniors have been, fortunately, the target of many attacks in this city, and we wanted to make sure that there was a narrative told here that reflected the value of seniors, not just in their families, in their communities, but their extended families and all the lives they touch. Seniors in our Black and Asian communities share so much with the people around them, and the artwork we're going to show you tonight is going to reflect it. The artwork tells stories of people that live here, and the stories each have depth to them, and I'm grateful tonight to share it with you. But let me take a moment real quick to introduce our judges and bring them on up. Some of them are here tonight, and I'm going to have them join us here up on stage. So let me please bring up Amelia and Adina of the Amelia and Adina Show, Dr. Carolyn Ransom Scott, founder Black Investors Black Excellence Awareness Project, Diane Gray, of Director 100% College Prep Institute, John Henry, if you're here, John Henry, Executive Director of both sides of the conversation, Kyle Shin, Son of Paper, who just performed for us, one of our judges, and of course, our city librarian, Michael Lambert. And Yiying Yu, if you're here from our San Francisco Commission on the Arts. For those of us, I want to thank all of our judges who took the time to look at this art and provide us their feedback. Thank you.
Hey, John, real quick. I just want to acknowledge our two elected officials in attendance today. Our local District 5 Supervisor, Dean Preston, he was in the back earlier. And we also have District 8 Supervisor, Raphael Mandelman. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mike. Welcome all. The artwork here reflects something the mayor said a little while ago, that diversity is our strength. In each of the stories that are reflected, we saw something about that diversity in the way it was shared in our communities. Some of the art showed people in the community gardens, working. One story is of a young girl who grew up with her grandmother, going to the gardens throughout the city and seeing all the people there. In another piece of art, we are sitting with a family as they prepare their Lunar New Year dinner, and she tells a story of how they cook for hours and all the food they make, and you can see the energy in the room together. But one particular favorite of mine that we'll bring up, artist Michael Yu shared us this very simple picture of him, and he is an Asian man. He's now in college. He's in Southern California. He's not joining us tonight. But it's a picture of Miss Ella. Miss Ella is now an elderly black woman, and he shares how she was the unofficial babysitter of every child in the building. I want to share some of his words with you. You won't forget Miss Ella because of her friendly smiles, her funny dance moves, silly knock-knock jokes, and most importantly, her kindness and the way she made everyone feel loved. When you read that and you see the picture, you can tell what's happening here. And I wonder if this young woman, this unsung hero of our city, who lives out in the Excelsior district, I wonder if she knows how many lives she's touched and how many children and grandchildren will somehow, if not just in the retelling of those knock-knock jokes, feel her presence throughout their lives. This was the heart of what our campaign brought to life, and when you go out, you'll be able to see some of the artwork posted on posters as well as on screens, and you can see some of the stories tied to it. But with that, let me start to bring up our artists. Some of them are here tonight, and I hope we have a chance to honor them, so do please welcome them. When I call your name, just come on up. The only entrance is on this side. We're going to present you with an award, and we're all going to gather up here for a quick picture. So moving forward into the youth category, we wanted to honor the young people that were able to present this artwork. So let me please bring up Izzy Appleton, who I know is here. Izzy, come on up. Samantha Wong. Samantha Wong, are you here? Who provided the community garden? And I want to honor Jason and Jonathan Toy, two young people who put together the African drum musician entertainment community and the adult water aerobics. Thank you all, and the youth who presented this art for us. We collected videos as well. We wanted to be able to share through different platforms and medias, and we had some beautiful stories. I will post these on our website when they come up. Each of these captured an essence of somebody whose life was made bigger by meeting another culture. In one case, there was a gentleman who found a martial arts group out in the park, and he's now found a community and the spirit and exercise that comes with it. In another case, we saw inside of a story of a family and the way the seniors interact with them. These are each precious. I hope you'll see them. So let me say in the video category, in third place, there's Calvin Wong, Be Brave, You Can Do It. In second place, Jessica Sen, Tsegi Loves Luk Tung Kyun. If I'm saying that wrong, you can catch me later, in San Francisco. And Donna Lau, who I believe is here, Seniors Teach Us for the Better. Donna, I hope you're here, and if you are, come on up. Either way, could we give them all, please, a big hand? There were so many amazing submissions, we created an honorable mentions category. These are not runners-ups. In many of the cases, though the artwork may have not caught the judge's eye, the stories caught our hearts. That's where Michael Wu's artwork comes in, but many others. And I just want to bring up the 5 honorable mentions. Olivia Z, My Grandmother and Her Best Friend, a story of 2 women who taught in school throughout their whole lives and brought so much to the youth here in the city. Alicia Wu, Lunar New Year, the family who I've got to get an invitation to go dinner with sometime because that looks like they have a great time cooking. Ling Shi Li, Our Community Garden. Michael Yu, 2 Friends. And Stellan Lind, A New Beginning. All of these precious stories, thank you for sharing them with us, and can we just give them a big round of applause? And now I'm proud to announce the winners of our art campaign. I will pull them out, starting in 5th place and going down. Going up, if any of you are here, please come on and join us. Welcome, Mayor Brown, sir. All right. In 5th place, Hero Chance, Building Bridges. We can give them just a little bit of applause. Thank you. In 4th place, Melinda Chan, Seeds of Change. In third place, Ruben Yu, Sit and Chat. Second place, Josiah Lim M. Ronquillo, R. Roots. And in first place, Kevin Coe for Unity. Please, everybody, give him a round of applause. And if I could bring everybody on the stage, if you would mind joining us up. And anyone's got a camera, would you get a picture of the fine people that took the time to put together not just the art, but the stories, and give them one more round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. For all of you that are still here, please go ahead and exit out the right way. Be careful going down the steps. And now I want to transition to the next part. We have some more amazing performers. Thank you very much. So I am going to bring up Claudine Chang, the ringleader of all of this here today. Claudine Chang is the president of the APA Heritage Foundation and is a member of our Stand Together San Francisco movement with the Human Rights Commission. She is a force of nature, and we're honored to have her here. Thank you, Claudine.
How's everyone doing? Having a good time yet? I assure you the rest of the program will be very awesome. Before I introduce the next three performers, I just want to take a couple minutes to acknowledge the team that put this together. Everybody said it takes a village, but it has taken more than a village. The mayor has acknowledged City Librarian Michael Lambert and Director Cheryl Davis for their leadership of the planning committee, but we do have a committee. I want to thank the entire team at the San Francisco Public Library. Your events team was amazing. Too many names to mention, but I have to say I want to thank you for working with Marciel, Michelle, Samuel, Shauna, Jamie, everybody. I'm sorry if I missed some names. Let's give them a round of applause. The library team. And the Human Rights Commission team, John McKnight, Lisa, Amelia, everybody, thank you so much for making this work. There are many also other individuals from all kind of organizations, and we just want to let you know that we really appreciate you. I do want to give a special shout out to Ryan Babbitt. Where's Ryan? Right here. Ryan Babbitt with the Booker T. Washington Community Service Center. Ryan was the artist that helped us put together the slideshow, the pre-programmed slideshow. Some of you might have missed it, but it's a phenomenal slideshow putting together pictures that were submitted by organizations in different neighborhoods in the city, showcasing again that our two communities do work together. Our two communities, unlike what sometimes you read in the newspapers, we do get along, we do have a good time, and we really love those images that Ryan put together, so thank you very much. And of course, we have to thank our sponsors, because events like this do not happen without sponsors. Again, of course, the Public Library, Human Rights Commission, the APA Heritage Foundation, and I want to give a special shout out to Amazon. I mean, they have been really supportive of many events throughout the neighborhoods, this particular event. And I don't know if some of you have been to the Asian and Black Cookout event a couple months ago that two great organizations, Asians Are Strong, and both sides of the conversation put together at the Transbay Terminal. That was a phenomenal event, and Amazon also supported it. Thank you so much. Now, let's get on with the amazing performances. So this evening is really about bringing our communities together, and we have found some very amazing San Francisco Bay Area local artists that they really were trying to showcase, and all their work is about is to bring people together through music, through poetry. All of you hopefully have a piece of our program with you, and they are listed there. First, we have the jazz team of Jon Jang on piano and Howard Wiley on the saxophone. Both of them are awards-winning performing artists, recording artists, who have traveled the world with their unique brand of music. Jon, who will be on the piano, is known for his musical language that merges Chinese folk songs within the black music context. And Howard, who releases his first CD when he was only at the age of 15, has been a trailblazer in the world of jazz, and they have been collaborating for many, many years. Following that, we have two poets, Michael Wall and Chen Yu. The group is known as Two Languages, One Community. The mission has been to inspire communities to come together as one, communities as one, and to show that it is possible. They are doing the work through poetry, and I hope you'll be inspired by them, like many of us have been. And for the final performance this evening, we have with us the amazing rapper, songwriter, and music producer, Ruby Ibarra. How many people have heard from Ruby Ibarra? She's really great. You're in for a treat if you haven't heard her. Ruby released her first album in 2017 and since toured the United States and the Philippines. And just last year, Ruby was featured in Billboard campaigns for Spotify and Amazon Music. Now let the show begin. Enjoy.
Gung Hei Fa Choi. Black History Matters. On behalf of Howard Wiley and myself, we want to thank you for having us. Earlier today, Mayor Breed had reflected on her experience at Galileo High School, that specifically the special assemblies. So I want to offer the story. At the Stanton School, the first segregated black school in Jacksonville, Florida, they held an event, a special assembly, to celebrate the anniversary of Lincoln's birthday on February 12th, 1900. James Weldon Johnson, who was one of the teachers there, composed a poem called Lift Every Voice and Sing, set to the music by his brother, J. Rosamond Johnson. Well, at the special assembly, 500 black students sang Lift Every Voice and Sing with passion and reverence. After the black students graduated from high school, they passed the song on to they became teachers, and they passed the song on to their students, and the song spread like wildfire across the South and other parts of the United States. The birth of Lift Every Voice and Sing arrived at a crucial moment in history. At that time, the system of white supremacy imposed Jim Crow laws that would dehumanize and terrorize black people across the country. And not only that lynching was on the rise, but it was made into a public outdoor social activity where white families would get together for picnics while watching and enjoying as entertainment a black man being tortured and lynched. From 1900, which was the year of the birth of Lift Every Voice and Sing, to 1932, Florida had the highest number of lynchings per capita in the United States. So this beautiful song expresses the lily that can endure in the swamp, and is a constant reminder that black history matters. Last month, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, banned an advanced placement African American Studies course in all the states of Florida. So Howard Wiley and I, that's your cue, Howard Wiley and I, we want you to join us in making a statement. And after the piano sets up, Howard Wiley is going to come in, and we would like for you to recite the lyrics from Lift Every Voice and Sing. And these are beautiful lyrics from the middle of the piece. So sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. You know, you could say, we don't have to say it in unison. It's when Howard comes in, sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. So, I hate to end on this note. So, and if you don't know the lyrics or you can't remember, just raise your fists. Stand up and raise your fists. Let's remember Trayvon Martin from Florida. Today marks the midpoint between his birth date, February 5th, and his death date, February 26th. So remember Trayvon Martin. Thank you.
Y'all, thank you so much. Y'all can have a seat, get comfortable. It's cool. It's cool. We done gave it up. We done gave it up. This next tune, whether I should say a composition rather, is based upon a famous Chinese legend. About 2,000 years ago in China, a young woman wanted to go to school, but was forbidden because it was illegal. She disguised herself as a man and was accepted into school. Soon therefore after, a young man discovered that she was definitely a woman, and y'all know what happened. They fell in love, but were forced to break up because of arranged marriage. The man died of a broken heart, and the woman traveled to his gravesite, jumped in, and was resurrected as butterflies. This is called the Butterfly Love Song.
everybody. Happy New Year. 新年快乐. It's such an honor to be here with my co-founder of Two Languages, One Community program, and we, poet Michael Wall, and we connect Chinese and Asian American communities with African American communities with poetry and storytelling. We want to thank the San Francisco Public Library and the Chinese Historical Society of America for inviting us to participate in this amazing, amazing event. Michael, you want?
Yes, it's really wonderful to be here and to see all of you. One of the things I want to imprint on your mind is that website, twolanguagesoncommunity.com, because you can see more and hear more of what we do.
Yes.
An example of it is represented by this slide. This is the cover of a book, the first one we put together, called Catching Memory, because the pictures you see on there are of our two beautiful mothers. And when we first started working together, we looked for commonalities between our communities. What could be more common than your mothers, right? And but our poems addressed how the question and the issue of beauty was reflected. So that's an example of what we do. We bring people together in workshops, and we get them writing about their experience to build these common, this connection.
Yes, thank you. Next slide, please. Yes, so I want to also to thank the two amazing musicians for their performance that bring us to almost 2,000 years ago. It's a time travel, right? And we are so profoundly connected by our feelings and the understanding of the human story. So what I want to do here is to tell a story of myself growing up in China. When I was a child, and China was relatively isolated from the rest of the world. So I never saw a foreign child before. But in our classes, I learned about the Black history here, what the Black children went through. And due to the social conditions then, I spent half of the time at my grandmother's house in the countryside, away from my parents. And my parents were split into two different locations too. And we had cotton fields around us. So here, I just want to give you this moment of how a young child in China felt such deep connection to the Black children she had never met. So this poem is called Cotton. All I could think of was little black hands picking, and picking snow white cotton. When I was a child, learning about your people's fate on the other side of the ocean in a winter classroom with no heating, my country, red and deep in revolution, isolated from the world. I heard slavery, a term ancient and distant, re-denounced in the land where I sat with frozen toes, trembling with indignation and a yearning for justice, the original Shan, the pure goodness at the heart of a child. Revolution or not, red, black, or other. I had never met a child of another color. All I could think of was little black faces, smiling like blooming cotton flowers, bursting warmth in a summer harvest. All I could think of was little black hands giving warm white cotton away. Little black hands snatched away from hands of mama and the grandma. Little black hands, forever lost in the vast world. Little black hands, forever reaching at a loss. Little black hands, forever wiping tears, clear and salty, just like my own when I missed my mama. As I snuggled next to my grandmother under an ancient oil lamp, her hands roughened from cotton picking for the ism and the revolution, which we must all love and give everything to. Stitching and cushioning shoes night after night with a few handfuls of cottons rationed to her, and a long thread she spun with a wooden spindle, spinning since the beginning of time and memory to keep my feet warm. Little black hands, where was your cotton? Where was your thread? Where were your mama and grandma? I had never met a child of another color. When I learned your history as a child, all I could feel was your ocean of tears flooding into the yellow sea, rushing the shore 100 miles away. And I can still feel it today. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say at this very special new beginning of the new year, and a time to remember history, I want to say, hold on to your cotton. Never let your thread break again.
I just want to say that normally when Chun and I do this together, we do the poems in English and Chinese. And so tonight we're just doing them in English, but this is why you see the Chinese characters up here. And if you go to our website, you can both see and hear us do the poems both in English and Chinese. So this poem that I wrote, To Your Assailant Who Attacks Us All, was written in response to the heightened violence, the heightened level of violence against Asian citizens, not only here in San Francisco, but around the world during the COVID-19 crises. It also was written in response to an invitation from the Chinese Culture Center of San Francisco to Chun and I to write about how we were being affected as artists during the pandemic. So I'm going to share that with you right now. To your assailant who attacks us all. Do you call yourself God-fearing, devoted to do on to others? Does your God condone your violence, your ignorance, your corruption? Does your God hate your neighbor like you do? Does your God share your love for prophets bearing false witness, fueling your grievance fever? Do you swallow the lies they regurgitate? Do you really have a reason? Are you truly a true believer of both God and golden calf? Does the all-knowing know you? Does it matter that they are watching your naked depravity? Do you pray before you prey on innocence in this guilty world? Do you have your God's blessing, or are you as godless as you seem? Did your father teach you to beat the mean and maim? Is he proud of your cowardice? Does your mother say, "Well done, son"? Did they train you in cowardness, in backwardness? Do you feel bigger in your smallness, content with acts of uselessness, Is your inner bully seething still beneath your concealed surface? Are you comforted in your criminality, stupefied by superiority, simply insane or lost? Who are you? Thank you. And again, you can hear and see these just by going to our website, 2 languages, 1 community. Thank you very much.
How are y'all doing tonight? Everybody enjoying the show so far? Please give it up for everyone that's performed and spoken so far. For me, I'm so grateful to be part of this wonderful event. To me, this is what represents the Bay Area, our communities coming together. Check, check, check. Since we're about the end of the event, let's have some fun. Y'all ready to have some fun? Hey! No need for introduction, you're here and you know why. Nose dive into an era where the beats are lo-fi. Put my face in the book cause my people are profiled. Erased from the books and my people are told lies. Guys, element, go fly, Cali grew me, go high. I mean back in 05, but in you I grow wise. Surprise we grow thighs, double dose of broke lies. We dove in those sides to lose and hope it goes by. I got Bam to my left and Erica right. Here to giving you America like Erica right. Try to take my title, never will to inherit the rights. Yeah, that Loban City's finest. Put me on the 5 list, color up the cause I color like your iris. Hunger in my eyes is everything that I risk. Kill it with my tongue every time I spit a free. But the work is never done. I believe I'll never leave cause I'm here. Hey, so get your hands in the air. Yeah, cause now the greatest is here. And I'ma make this my year. Hey, cause I'm finally here. Yeah, we're finally here. Yeah, she's finally here. Yeah, I'm finally here. Hey. You call yourself a rapper, talk less and take notes. We slay sheep, respect those we praise deeper next talk. Think we the flex, don't finesse these, to bless those. See free, say test, hope we stay peace, but stay woke. Leave you cats phase. To the point I catch praise, rhymes turn to catchphrase till it starts to cascade. Product the Mac Dre, Wu-Tang and Andre. Break beats on beat tapes, a break, next we press play. They say we from the slums where the heroes never won. My people always sung, brown faces to the sun. Skill to say it with my tongue. After spinning from the stations, I'm rotating around the sun. The axe is my mattress, I pass out. Past this, abstract the masses, last off the practice, back-to-back raps, Manila Noir, bar for bar, homie, check the repertoire, bar with the bars and subpar, well, let's set the bar. Cause I'm finally here, hey, so get your hands in the air, yeah, cause now the greatest is here, and I'ma make this my year, yeah, cause we're finally here, yeah, they're finally here, yeah, you're finally here, yeah, I'm finally here, follow me. When I say drum beats, y'all say heartbeats. Drum beat, drum beat. When I say drum beats, y'all say heartbeats. Drum beat, drum beat. When I say lunar, y'all say New Year. Lunar, lunar. When I say black lives, y'all say matter. Black lives, black lives. Thank y'all for participating. So tonight I'll be performing a few songs from my first album called Circa 91, which shares the experience of my Filipino-American immigrant experience growing up here, specifically in the Bay Area. And this next song is called Someday. Hey. I wrote this album cause I want my life to change. Tired of being shortchanged, I'm trying to remain sane. Hopped off the plane, didn't stop all the pain. My father's still in debt and we've been struggling to pay for a bedroom up on Meekland Ave. Reach up for just meat and half, hands tied against the odds. How you gonna even that? People from the slums once, now live in the humdrum. Mama from the barrio, so we dreaming we can stunt once, mama. I know it's gonna be fine wherever we go, cause we know you raised this goal to dream and be a hero. Was an ego to an eagle, I free flow and I speak though. My pipe like dreams through a peephole. My skin's so Filipino. Oftentimes my pride inside is fighting high tides. Here we broke the ocean was the day you learn to know stop. Closed eyes, fingerprint ink with the most eye. Those times mama never blinked, say the oath twice. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. Yeah, I said, mama, we gon' make it here. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. What's a freestyle? Tell me I've been doing this as a 6-year-old. Thinking on my own 2 feet. Survival, pick and go, pick a roll. You can be the swimmer or a sunken soul. I was a 6-year-old without a father figure role. A silver spoon to dinner roll. So will you fold or will you go? Pretend to sing like Figaro. My people still invisible. When you the spitting image of a person that you hate. Make sense, I'm spitting images of dawn that never breaks. Nirvana never waits, so was a pawn of bitter fate. This far from inner hate, I never wanted to be great. I study my mother, wonder how she holds his family. That minimum salary stretched as much as it can be. Stress but keeps the shit from me. I'm just trying to fit and see it. Crave with that acceptance, I get validates my sanity. I wrestle with affirmations, settle for masking faces. After all the stolen lands are always greener places. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. Yeah, I said, mama, we gon' make it here. I said, mama, we gon' make it here. At school, reduced lunches with my mama skip her lunchtime. 9 to 5, minimum wage, she at the bus line. Here I am, filling the page, waiting the bus rhymes. Till I'm nearing the day, I'm getting cosign. Snare rolls and punchlines, the payrolls and punch time. Take shows at crunch time, brave those at frontline. Life on these lines, cause we never had lifelines. So these days, I'm scared of what might go through my mind. Flow like Rizal and I'm writing like Hagedorn. Mixed with Dawn, Mabalo, now watch as the page more. And say my name, it tastes born. Stop to make your face form in ways you never made. Born from another place, thorns couldn't break away. Am I just a breakaway? Being center stage off the page, will I fade away? Never been the type to say, scared of what I have to face. All I ever knew was being me, so all I ever need to say is, I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it here someday. I said, mama, yeah, I made it here today. If everybody in this room right now, this evening, this beautiful event can follow me and raise a one in the sky just like this, and make this as a promise to yourself right now, right here as we sit here, that whatever goal that you have in your mind, whatever passion that you have burning deep inside your heart right now, that you're gonna accomplish that goal. Whether it's gonna take you a day from now, a week from now, even a couple years from now, you're gonna get there. We're all gonna get there someday, right? Yeah, hey, yeah. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, we gon' make it there someday. I said, mama, yeah, we made it here today. Thank you all so much. I just have one more track for you all tonight, but before I share that last track, I just want to say thank you so much to Faye, to Marciel, and the entire San Francisco Public Library staff for putting an event together as beautiful as this. Like I mentioned at the beginning of my set, to me this really is the representation of the Bay Area. You know, I moved to the US with my family in the 90s from the Philippines, and we decided to move to the Bay Area as a family. And for me, I'm very blessed that it was the Bay Area out of all places, out of all communities, because growing up here, I've always witnessed diversity, people coming together. And an event like this, you know, seeing the Asian American and Black community coming together, I think that's what solidarity looks like. And I think, you know, solidarity to me means showing up, being present, and being in community with each other. And especially for me, as an Asian American artist that participates in a beautiful genre and music like hip hop that's created and founded by the Black community. You know, I recognize that I'm a guest in this space, but at the same time, that it's my responsibility to use my voice to share Asian American and Filipino American experiences. And in addition to that, I recognize too that as the Asian American community and the Black community, we share a lot of similar struggles. But within that, we also have very different histories and experiences. But I think that allows us to recognize how to learn from each other and how to be in a community with each other. So thank you all for celebrating one another. Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Black History Month. Yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, Hello, America. Break your backs for dollars, they don't carry ya. 7,000 miles away from home with language barriers. Land of opportunity. Tell me, is it good to ya? But 6 feet deep on stolen land is where they bury in November 1991. Papa came here with the wife. 2 daughters, no money, but they wanted them a better life. Peaceful through their name, so they piecing up the pain. Ain't no peace in the position, it's an immigrant that's praying for a piece of that Americana pie for the cream. To a piece of dream they sold you, but it only was a dream. For a piece of mind to think that my mama could be seen as an equal, not a foreign immigrant or in between. I was a kid in the sky, nothing but dreams in her eyes, hoping that we would survive. But mama, those were the times. They telling us compromise. They always feeding us lies, made to believe I don't exist unless I wear a disguise. Cause I've been constantly lied to, broken down till I cry, till I no longer recognize the person that was inside. Until we fade like the sun and we forget where we from, then we still pay till it's done and never question it once. So mama, tell me we won, the person that I become. I have a soul for a tongue and a skin that shines in the sun, and because the place that I'm from, it still lingers deep on my tongue. So every word from my lungs can hold the weight of a ton if I'm ever slipping. I'm never looking down. I do this for myself till the end to hold it down. And even when I'm sinking, I'm never looking down. I do this for myself till the end to hold it down. Yeah. Mama will make it in America. 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 Hey, mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Hey, mama will make it in America. Feeling homesick as we go. Mama's never really home, cause she working all alone. Living broke, we need a loan. Papa threatened mama's life. Papa left with no goodbye. Promise to myself inside, no man will ever make me cry. Now I'm thinking that I'm grown. All I wanna do is roam, running far away from home. In the crowd, I feel alone. Mama, she be working late. Lines are showing on her face. I'm too selfish to relate. I'm too selfish to relate. Auntie says stay in your home. Might get dark cause you prone. Look into the mirror, oh, Filipino blood and bones. Questioning my skin and tone like I should be embarrassed though. Whiter skin is seen as gold. This is what we're always told. Mama said to learn the way. Every day you emulate till identity erased, overcome by inner hate. Teacher said to hide my tongue. They don't understand me none. Hold my breath, these forward lungs too powerful. They lack a gun. I'm correcting mama's words. I'm embarrassed when she slurs. What makes me better than her? This language wasn't her first. Ruby, can you get a grip? Find a balance, you might slip. Mom and Donna need you quick. Stop thinking that you the shit. 7,000 miles from home, but 1 million more to go. Gotta make it on my own. I can feel I'm getting close. 7,000 miles from home, but 1 million more to go. Gotta make it on my own. I can feel I'm getting close. Mama will make it in America. Mama will make it in America. Mama will make it in America. Yeah, Mama will make it in America. Hey, Mama will make it in America. Yeah, Mama will make it in America. Hey, 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 mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Hey, mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Hey, mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Yeah, mama will make it in America. Mama will make it in America. Mama will make it in America. Mama, I made it in America. Thank you all so much. Please enjoy the rest of your night. My name is Ibarra. Thank you.
I don't know about you, I feel my heart beating, clearly. It's amazing. Can we invite all our performers up for a picture? John, Howard, our poets, Ruby. Michael? What a great picture it is.
Wiley.
So, heartbeats, drum beats, heartbeats because today is February 15th and yesterday was Valentine's Day, and we thought it would be great to think about heartbeats because we are here for some community love. Drum beats because we all wanted to feel that we want to start our celebration with the African American drumming and then the Chinese drumming. That's such a spectacular picture. And communities as one, because that's what we really wanted to be. And I think our artists, our performing artists, is amazing, the messages that they were sharing with us. So beyond a celebration, this is really a call for action. It's a call for action for us to continue to build our community as one and work together. I want to thank Director Cheryl Davis. I think actually when in the middle of many meetings, we thought about what the theme should be. And she really have inspired us that what about heartbeats, drumbeats, community as one. And Director Davis never miss a beat. She's always on the beat because she's always on the forefront of coming up with programs for all of our diverse communities. But before Director Davis come up, I just want to share, very excited, I just got a text from City Hall. The mayor was so impressed with our John celebration that tonight when you leave, please take a picture. Our City Hall was lit up, I was told, actually, I forgot it on my phone. Oh, you were? Oh, okay, I'll leave it for Director Davis to say it. That's what we call doing things together.
I was going to say, because I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to give recognition to our president of the chair of the Human Rights Commission, Karen Clopton. Thank you so much, Chair Clopton, for being here. But I don't want to steal Claudine's thunder, but I also wanted to recognize and acknowledge that Mayor Brown is here, and I do want to, even though he doesn't necessarily know it, I wanted to credit him because Martha Cohen had reached out, and I know that Martha worked with you as well, and I think learned the art of all the things of really celebrating community. So tonight, City Hall is lit up, both in the, City Hall is lit up with the Pan-African colors, and then the dome is lit up in gold and red in honor of Lunar New Year. So make sure that you take a picture of City Hall because it is representing the unity that we celebrated here tonight. So first and foremost, give yourselves a round of applause. The teacher in me wants to give each one of you an extra star for staying till the end. I really do appreciate that. I've been teaching a class at USF, and let me say I must be horrible because they're not always there and the class is over. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Jeff. I just am so moved and touched by the ability to hold this together in unity tonight. So I want to thank, because those of you who know Claudine know she is persistent, if nothing else. And I want to recognize and thank Claudine because she was persistent that this needed to happen. We have really struggled with the uptick in anti-Asian sentiment and hate, but then also really struggled with battling this false narrative about who's doing it and the over-representation of the narrative that it has been black people perpetrating the crimes. And so Claudine was like, this is really important. She has been trying for a year to make sure that this happens, so thank you, Claudine, for that. And I am horrible with, I usually need somebody to write the thank you notes because I'm horrible with this, but I do want to recognize Jon McKnight, who was tasked with making sure that this did not fall by the wayside on behalf of the commission. So thank you, Jon. To the whole HRC and Public Libraries team, give them a round of applause. I know Michael Lambert gets worried because I'm always trying to steal his staff, but I would say Marcielle is like, you know, I might be knocking on her door because she's really good. Give a hand for Marcielle for the work she's done. So ultimately, I just wanted to say thank you. I think we have witnessed some amazing art tonight, some amazing history and culture and celebration of unity. And I hope that, to Claudine's point, that is a call to action. This was not meant to just entertain you, right? This was about how do we come together, how do we recognize our connection, whether it is the drums, whether it is poetry, whether it is song, whether it is just even our own struggles through society and systemic racism or oppression or all the things that we individually battle that collectively represent our history and our culture. So this is a call to action to not wait till next year when we all come together again, but when you're outside tonight, like talk to somebody you don't know, connect, and let's think about how we continue to build on this work. So I could talk forever because I like to talk, so I'm not going to keep talking. I'm just going to thank you again so much for being with us tonight and hope and encourage you to talk to each other on the other side. There's some food. Grab your food and you can go into the Latino rooms and celebrate and enjoy and be together. Thank you so much for coming.
Unlace my track spikes. The lanes are vinyl grooves. I never outgrew that past life. They told me shoot your shot, just let that pistol pop. I did it, now I'm truly haunted. Her good fate. If I'm a real smooth criminal,